through this new relaxed restriction, there is a danger that these countries will respond and say, no, the immigration influx seems to be affecting Barbados, and they can impose visa restrictions on Barbados. So I'm just saying it has far-reaching consequences, and the administration has not yet been prepared to answer the questions as to why they are giving away Barbadian citizenship. I'm saying it again, they are giving away Barbadian citizenship, and they have not said why that is necessary. And I want to repeat, it has nothing to do with the free movement of people. Absolutely nothing. The free movement of people is covered within the immigration bill. It has nothing to do with that. I believe that the administration has taken the opportunity during this whole debate to slip this citizenship requirement in, and has not said why. So I think we need to be very laser focused on this area.
Yeah, and this is why, folks, we are hitting the streets. One of the main reasons that we are hitting the streets tomorrow. Very important. This is in defense of our country, in defense of Barbados. Everybody, you're listening, you were thinking about it, you really need to come out. We do have a vehicle there for you if you're having problems walking. The vehicles here, people have been calling and they said we want to walk some of the way, and then we're going to go in the vehicle. We have water will be provided for you, cool water on the way. You can walk with an umbrella. If you're afraid of the sun, walk with a hat, wear a hat. Put on your sunscreen if you need to. But whatever happens tomorrow, rain or sun, we are going to be up there. This is too important. These are two bills that can change Barbados forever. So we really, really need to make sure that we're out there. But I have a question for you, because I'm looking here in my phone, and I'm not sure if I sent it today, but somebody sent me something from Canada last night where there is an ad. There is an ad, and this ad is advertising citizenship to people, non-Caribbean national, non-CARICOM nationals, to come to Barbados. And with that particular ad was actually talking about the citizenship by investment, where you can invest, 300,000 US and all these different figures, and you will be able to get either full citizenship or permanent residence. And all of a sudden, people are sending me these videos because they're now seeing that they're either giving it away or they're selling it, and this is very disheartening for a lot of people. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yes, I want to add that there is no specific citizenship by investment program in Barbados. However, that said, within the immigration bill, you can get permanent residency on a point system, and those part of that point system, part of the adding up of the points is a person's financial standing. And the bill also allows for the minister to amend the point system at his discretion. So it's clear that if someone comes and has significant investment, it is an opportunity for them to get onto the point system, and they can get permanent residency. Once they get permanent residency now, it switches to the citizenship bill, where if you're here in Barbados, no matter where you came from, for the 9 months within the 3-year periods, then you get the citizenship. So it's not a direct citizenship by investment, but it does a bit of a curve and get to the same position in any event, right? So listen, this has been distressing for me for the last week or so, because it is so difficult for a lot of this to get into the mainstream media, because the media, and I told some reporters this last week, they tend to only report what the government is saying. And the government has not addressed these questions. These questions need to be asked. Why? Why are they giving away Barbadian citizenship? Barbados is now, the value of our citizenship has essentially been devalued. We know about having a strong dollar, but I am saying to you that there's a value in our citizenship, and it is being devalued because the requirement to become a citizen of Barbados is no longer in line with the rest of the Caribbean, and it's no longer in line with the rest of the Western world. Most countries, if not all of them, are at least a 5-year stay. And the reason you do citizenship like that is because any person that comes to reside and work in a country in Barbados, they need to demonstrate an intention to work, to live, and to set up roots here in Barbados. And generally speaking, that intention has been marked by that 5-year barrier. So what could actually happen is that a CARICOM national can come to Barbados, work because the immigration bill now allows him to come and work without a work permit,
Right.
remain in Barbados, get the residency, and within a 6-month period, they can get citizenship, get a passport, and then go on back home. There's no intention, they have not demonstrated an intention to be here. Same thing with Africans, same thing with anyone from the Middle East. Come 9 months within a 3-year period, get a Barbados passport, and then they can go on a frolic wherever in the world they want to go. So Barbadian citizenship is no longer about shoring up our economy and having workers that remain in Barbados to add to the economy and remain in Barbados to set up roots and buy property and have children and all the things that this is supposed to do. Why, if it is so easy to get citizenship, then why would you stay? Why would you stay if it's so easy to get citizenship? Just go back to your African nation and you use that Barbados passport to get all around the world without any problems. So I'm saying that the value of the Barbadian citizenship now, actually, this administration has demonstrated that they do not value the Barbadian citizenship at all. It matters not, no longer. And I mean, it is. Forgive me if I sound a bit animated, but it really is mind-boggling to me. And I think I cannot rest until the prime minister or some minister of government comes before the Barbadian people and say why they're giving away Barbadian citizenship, why they are devaluing Barbadian citizenship. And if I promise you, if they devalue it, it is not long before the rest of the world recognize that it has no value. And we that are born here, we Barbadian citizens are going to feel the brunt of that devaluation.
Wow. Citizenship being devalued.
Yes.
And when I did a little research on it, and I was just shocked to see that nobody else is doing this in the region. I have looked at different places, countries in the world. But can you imagine after 6 months, what sometimes I sit and I think about it and I said, what could we have done to deserve this? What could we have done, Corey, to deserve this kind of treatment? Where, because there are lots of people like myself, when they came in here, let me tell you, when I came into Barbados before I was married to my husband, every 3 months I had to go up and get get extensions. I'm paying, oh my goodness, my husband paid so much money to get all these extensions for me to stay in the country legally. You understand? And then all of these things are changing. There are people here that have been here for so long, and I don't think it's going to be retroactive.
No.
It's not going to be.
No.
The questions you're asking is very, very, very important. The questions are very, very important because why now? Why now? And why is it so devalued? 6 months? That is crazy. And 9 months for somebody from Bangladesh. Not that anything is wrong with Bangladesh, but it's not in the Caribbean.
No, 9 months for those who are in anywhere else in the world. I think that needs to be a hashtag somewhere where the citizenship of Barbados has now been devalued. They are devaluing the citizenship of Barbados. And I continually ask why. If there's someone that can give me a reason why, I cannot see the reason. Save and accept for coming on and padding the voters list. Save and accept for some quick pro quo with some African nations. I'm just guessing here, but there must be, in other words, somebody in the administration must have had a reason for making this amendment to our citizenship, to the fact that you have devalued the citizenship. There must be a reason. There must be a reason.
Yeah. Somebody says here that there are and I think probably they came on late in the program. says, I by no means a fan of this government, but agree with the free movement of Caribbean people to increase the gene pool of Barbados and the Caribbean islands. And I think that they missed what you were saying. I don't know if you could respond to this person.
Yeah, no, I started out by saying that there's no, or the position of the Democratic Labour Party, certainly all of the candidates and the leader of the opposition, is that we are in favor of the free movement of people. We, Barbados, are signatories to the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, where Caribbean integration, we are moving towards Caribbean integration. And part of that, the apparatus of Caribbean integration is the ability to move freely throughout the Caribbean, and not just move, but the ability to stay and work. That is a separate and a very robust debate. And I have weighed into that debate to say that in Barbados, you must ensure that the social services,
Yes.
health care, education, housing, security, all those things you've paid attention to those things while you are encouraging a large influx of immigrants, because those immigrants can have an impact on those social services. But that is a debate that should be had, and it is being had as we speak. However, the point I've been making for the last half an hour, and I pray that your listeners are listening, is that alongside this immigration bill and this new free movement of people initiative is another plan afoot that has nothing to do with the first one. It sounds like it does, but when you examine it carefully, it does not. And that is the change in the citizenship requirements to become a citizen of Barbados. Those requirements have now been moved from 5 years, having to be resident here for 5 years within a 7-year period, down to a mere 6 months for CARICOM nationals and a mere 9 months for non-CARICOM nationals. And my contention tonight is that there is absolutely no reason to do that. And there's evidence that doing that can have a negative impact on the value of the Barbadian citizenship, which is often measured by the strength of the passport, our ability to move around the world without a lot of visa restrictions. And that can have a negative impact on it. So that's our position.
Yes. And I think Mr. Bob has joined us. Good evening, Mr. Bob. I know
Good evening.
Mr. Greenidge has a few minutes here with us. Is there any, good evening, welcome, any questions that you might have or comments that you want to make before Mr. Greenidge leaves?
I'll let him continue because I think that his presentation needs to be heard by as many Barbadians as possible. I don't know how they're going to get it done. There are many people there are thousands who may not have heard the explanation and have just been given the side of the government, because we know that the mainstream media would just put what the government says on the front page and put what the opposition is saying on the inside. So it does not get the focus that we should have, and another opinion of how we are going to be affected as a people by this rush to free movement, as we see it. Not that we're against it, but we have to, as he said, we have to be cognizant of the effects and the pros and cons that they have on the ordinary Barbadians.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I just wanted to thank you for having me on again. I am always trying to be available in order to educate the Barbadian people. I echo the sentiments of Mr. Bob in that we are in a dispensation where it's difficult to pierce the noise. It's difficult for the mainstream media to pick up the opposing view or the alternative view. I encourage your viewers, go out there, put it on your social media, ask the question, put it in your chats. These things can multiply beyond the mainstream media through the unconventional media of WhatsApp and of Instagram and Facebook. Ask the questions. If we do not ask the question, this government will not be forced to give the answer. So I digress at this point in time. Thank you for having me. I've overstayed my welcome this time.
But listen, we're ready to have you anytime, and you know I'm always inviting you to the march, because this kind I can see you. I'm no pressure, but I can see you, talking to the people there at Cave Shepherd, because what we do, we stop at the market
Okay.
and we talk to the people at the market. We stop and we talk to the people at Cave Shepherd. They're out doing their shopping. And there are three main stops that we made right there at Bionic Man Shop. Near
Mhm.
the taxi stand, we stop
Yes.
there as well. And we talk to the people. And they stand up and they listen. And so it's not just playing music going down the road. And so we we didn't think of this long enough, but my husband is saying, Marcia, everything Corey's saying, we need to put it on some small pieces of paper and hand it out. We do have it digitally. We've created a beautiful thing that we send out digitally.
Right.
But we really should have something that we're handing out tomorrow as we are marching. So you are free to come and to talk to the people on the street.
Okay. I will consider the invitation, I
You
promise.
don't have to march. Just walk on the side.
I mean, I'm actually not opposed to marching. However, my own campaign within the constituency, there we've had these scheduled campaign events, one of which is happening tomorrow. So I will weigh the opportunity to come, but if I am, I will let you know first thing in the morning. But
Let me know, because we would like for you in this tone to talk to the people, because the media is not there. The media will be there, but you are talking. There's nobody between you and the people.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? That's filtering it and then spinning it and all of that. Talk directly to them. We're about education. We're not about trying to promote your candidacy or the DLP, but we want the people to hear without any filters. Mr. Ba? That's
Yes,
what.
and I must say to Corey, based on what I've been hearing, some discussion around your national profile is going up way up because of your submissions on this topic.
I appreciate those comments, and I have to say that any friend of mine that knows me know that my heart is heavy with this stuff. And that I know I don't say that lightly on a national broadcast like this, because I my heart is for the people, and I am often distressed by the fact that they're not hearing the truth. They're not hearing the important things, and it's difficult when your ability to get that message out there feels stunted. It's difficult in what is supposed to be a functioning democracy, that you have the media that is parsing out what it puts out there and what it doesn't. It is distressing when I hear so-called political analysts who are supposed to be independent but are clearly just a mouthpiece for the government. It really is very distressing. So I really bless you, Miss Weeks, for all of your efforts. I mean, you are a champion, and I think that your name will go down in the history books of Barbados, and I don't say that lightly. I applaud you for all of your efforts. I think you have created a platform that we would not have without your efforts, and I pray that God will continue to bless you and that you continue to work. I will do my part insofar as I can, and hopefully the Barbadian people will be the better for it.
Thank you, sir. And we that goes out to our entire team. And Mr. Bob, who's sitting here, my husband, who is on as well, and Caswell, who he taught us. Everybody, Maxine McLean, Rose Corbin, Glenn Murray, and don't let me forget anybody right now, but I mean, they've been amazing. Lynette Eastman, who was on here as well, Kimar Stewart, and everybody, and we understand the mission,
Yes.
and we thank God for you, for Mr. Thorne, and please tell him a big hello and thank you. All right, God
Certainly.
bless.